going on, man? It is Monday morning here in Sydney, and it is your boy Sydney here with you this morning. Now, for those of you guys who caught my stream last night, where I talked about the difference between male and female suicide and the overwhelming reasons why men commit suicide compared to women. Underdog is first in the box this morning. Sorry, Joe Cool. Underdog took out first place on my screen. What up, Underdog? How you doing, Joe Cool? So guys, I really wanted to talk about this morning. I'm very, very, very excited. This actually gave me a huge amount of hope, and it really inspired me last night to do my video on the difference between male and female suicide. Now, you guys probably haven't heard of this, and if you check out my Twitter, you'll notice that I shared some of their tweets yesterday. But there is a new player in town in the men's mental health space. Now that men's mental health player is mensline.org.au. Now this is a mental health service, a counseling service for men by men. Not for men by feminists with government funding that goes to the feminists. Right? That's not what this is about at all. This website, I've read through it, and you guys know, you've seen the websites before where you can read through it and you're like, yeah, this is more feminist bullshit. This is actually legit. This is some real talk, man. It talks about, it's got resources, and they've done writings and they do blogs, and they talk about things from a man's perspective. They talk about PTSD. They give advice on men and to how to build better relationships with their children, and to how to parent better if you're struggling with parenting and connecting with your kids. It talks about things such as anxiety that results from high functioning minds. So particularly any of you guys who are watching this that are just constantly, your mind's non-stop going, you can't stop. It's like all the time, like you've always got something going on in your head, and I can relate to this because I'm like that. Sometimes you get, and if I hadn't done all the personal development work and the NLP training that I had, NLP being neuro-linguistic programming, and I can do that in another video if you guys comment that you want to hear more about that, but that's for another day. So if I had not gone through the NLP training, and if I had not gone through the personal development training that I had gone through, then I would be an extremely anxious dude. I don't know if I'd be able to handle it, especially knowing what I know and being red-pilled and having my mind going all the time. So it talks about how to deal with anxiety as a high functioning male. It also has like when you actually go to About Us on their website, and I put the phone number and the website below for any of you guys who need some counseling, who need some help, deeper than what you think you could get from me. I also do some mentoring for those who want it. I'm not a qualified counselor, but if you guys have been watching me for long enough, you know what I'm all about, and that I can really help other men. It's been proven time and time again. But what I'm getting at, guys, is that there is help at hand for men now. And they even say in the mission statement about a different style of counseling, and they acknowledge this, and this was huge when I read this, that when men have problems, they like to focus on a solution. They don't like to talk about their feelings. And that is 100% correct, guys. It is 100% correct. It's 100% accurate. And it actually is in line with how men actually function and what men actually need. So it appears that there are things turning in the West. There are enough people out there with compassion. There are enough people out there with money. There are enough people out there wanting to help, that the tide is starting to turn and the difference is starting to be made. And this excites me greatly. And I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because when they have something like this, it's like when you get a leaky pipe, right? You get a leaky pipe. Feminists have like siliconed the pipe of all the male, the male issues that granted, are unique to men, right? There's a lot of problems that are unique to men. There's a lot of problems that are unique to women. Women and men typically do not suffer from the same ailments when it comes to mental health, because we are different. We are neurologically different. We are biologically different, right? So we don't suffer from the same things. So, you know, when we say, well, you have got no clue what's really going on in the world. You've got your head so far up your ass and your blinkers so strongly on that you can't see anything past this narrow sliver that you probably got taught at university, which was a lie. Feminist indoctrination. But what happens when feminists stop all of that everything flowing from the manosphere, right? They want to just contain everything in this one pipeline and just funnel our resources for them. What happens when there's a leak in the pipe? Happens, I'm not talking, this is not a metaphor for dicks. Happens when there's a leak in the pipe. Eventually that leak gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually it cracks wide open and it floods everything, right? And everything naturally goes where it should to begin with, rather than trying to contain and control it. And that's chaos theory for you. You can't control something that you don't understand. You can't even control things that you do understand. That's why no matter how hard people try in the workplace to prevent injuries, there's still injuries, right? Because, you know, you can't, people are not computers. You can't control something that doesn't have a specific logical flow, right? Hefesel Serra says most people don't even realize the next big economic downturn is coming. And it will be a global recession this time. Career women will be losing their jobs too. Exactly. I see as part of this, a lot of women are probably going to run, you know, want to run back to the plantation, right? It's them wanting to bring men back to the plantation, but they're going to be wanting to run back to the men, right? And take the plantation with them, right? When they don't have a job, they're going to be looking for someone to support them, right? And when daddy government's in big trouble, all these services start getting cut back on, right? Who's going to front the funds, huh? Is it going to be the people that sat there complaining for the last 20 years that they're oppressed by somebody? Or is it going to be the people that actually sat back and worked for something? Is it going to be the people that took the step forward one after the other and created and built? Harmonic Life says MGTOW, a broken down pommy sports car meets tow truck. Exactly. Because what's going to happen when shit hits the fan is that men are going to be doing the carrying, not the other way around. Men's taxes are going to be doing the carrying. Married men are going to be doing the carrying. Men in relationships are going to be the one doing the carrying. Right? It's not going to be the one that never carried itself. Now, Brizzy Boy, I don't know how long the men's line has been running for. I have no clue. I totally stumbled across it by complete chance. Obviously, the mainstream media won't advertise anything like this, because advertising anything that supports men is misogyny, remember? Right? And a white man, Ralph Wiggum, we could start something similar in the States. Yeah, man, that's a cool idea. If you can get the funding to do that, that would be amazing. Because think about it, all you need is one center. All you need is one center. And that will actually unlock the floodgates for more centers, for more funding, for more support. These things will start to get on the news. People will start to realize that men matter too, that men are different to women. It's going to shatter this whole feminist narrative. The feminist narrative is already being shattered. The problem is it's being perpetuated in universities, in these cancerous ideological echo chambers. And that's where all of this junk's coming from. Right? Oh yeah, that's right, Joe Cool. It ain't gonna be Chad and Tyrone that are fronting up the funds for Stacey when the economic recession comes, when she needs someone to pay for her 3 kids to the last 3 fathers. that she's still sponging child support off, but who lost their jobs in the recession, so can no longer pay child support because they can no longer afford to support themselves. And she's gonna go, oh my God, my three baby daddies don't have jobs anymore. Who's gonna pay for all my shit? The government. Oh, but the government doesn't have money because everyone's losing their jobs and therefore isn't paying enough tax to pay for all the single mothers like me. It's just a self-perpetuating cycle, guys. And when you talk to women about, well, single mothers, they say, oh, well, you know, they've got government support. It's like, okay, well, where does the government support come from? Who provides that? You know what I'm saying? Who provides that government support? Who's putting up the funds? Because you better believe it's not Chad. It's not Chad. I mean, Tyrone would. If the little cock boys and the feminized baby daddies actually had any money to give Tyrone anymore. But they don't have any money to give Tyrone. They don't have any more tax money to give him because they don't have a job that requires them to pay tax money. So what happens next? Cut back on social services. Guess who uses the majority of social services? Women do. Guess what happens when women don't get their social services anymore? Oh, the government is, you know, the government's cutting back on it. So what happens? You get a government who's a feminist government, who's leftist, who gives handouts to everyone left, right, and center for votes. They say, oh, we'll give you all this stuff, and then they put us deeper into debt. Then we have even deeper recession. Then we've got even more financial problems. And they can't think past their next pair of shoes, their next manicure. Can't think past it. And guys, if you are in the box right now, I need you to smash that thumbs up. I also need you to share this video with anyone that you know is struggling, anyone that's gone quiet on you, anyone that you haven't heard from for a while, right? If you're feeling like they've gone off radar, if you're feeling like they're struggling, you know, talk to them. And if you even get a sense, just say, hey man, look, you know, hope everything's all right. But if it's not, here's some support for you. Just want to let you know that, you know, I care about you and this is out there for you. I'm sorry to hear about your friend Mark, Brizzy Boy. Brizzy Boy says, I just wish I could have got to my friend Mark onto them before he committed suicide 3 weeks ago. Exactly, this is what it's about. It's about saving men's lives. It's about saving the lives of you guys. It's about saving the lives of your friends and your families. Exactly, MGTOW strong. MGTOW strong just said, and when this happens with the government, you know, going into economic strife, they have to print more money, which devalues the currency, makes it worth less, which sends inflation through the roof, which makes the cost of living even higher, rather than addressing the root cause, which is wasting money on shit. Right? Just wasting money on shit. Giving handouts to women that cannot keep their legs closed. And I know there's guys out there that can't keep their legs closed. I know there's guys out there that will go fuck anything without a condom. But ultimately, women are the gatekeepers to fertility, right? What happens if you have a party at your house and you let 500 people in? That's a pretty high number, but let's say, for example, you let 500 people into your house. What? You expect the government's going to pay for the cleaners to come around? You expect the government's going to pay for all the furniture and the carpet and the, you know, the dinnerware and the ornaments and the TV that got ruined? Expect the government to come in and pay for that? You expect them to come in and pay, you know, provide you with an income and pay for that your whole life? Right? When 500 guys come in and smash shit up, right? Guys and girls, right? Who's going to pay for that? Because that is basically exactly what's happening. Women are letting men in, letting them wreak havoc, cause damage. Yes, I know there are some people who are genuinely raped, and those rape victims are regularly discredited because of all the false rape allegations that feminists are making against men to gain power over them. So again, an own goal for the female collective. right? And more ruining of things for women by women, right? They always ruin their own shit, especially if they subscribe to feminist ideology. It's ridiculous. So, you know, look, honestly, what can I say? It's just going ridiculous. And I'm going to do another video tonight, guys. I wanted to do this video this morning a little bit later than I typically do, because I actually wanted to, I wanted to share this with you guys. I wanted to do it a little bit later so that I could catch as many Aussie guys as I could in this stream, to let as many of you as possible know. And if you guys ever do go, actually, can I ask you guys, right? Can I ask you guys to go to human resources in your workplace and ask them to print out some resources from Men's Line and put it up on their board, where they've got the 1-800-RESPECT line, where they've got all of these other feminist mental health helplines, right? Get them to put the Men's Line one up there. I really ask you to do that. It's very important. It could save lives over and over. Just one piece of paper. That's all it takes. It might save one of your guys' lives. I don't know if any of you, are at that point where you need something like this. But if you are, then I would hope that what I've just let you know about is helpful to you. I truly mean that. Anyway, guys, if you want to support this channel, check out patreon.com/sydneymgtow. Also paypal.me/sydneymgtow. You can always donate in the chat here if you ever wish to. But of course, CockTube takes a chunk of that, so PayPal and Patreon is better. If you want to check out my, and it's ironic, right? Because I'm telling people to stay away from social media, but if you are on Twitter, if you are on Minds, if you are on Instagram, and you're not going to get off it, check me out on there. Instagram.com/sydneymgtow, Twitter.com/sydneymgtow, Minds.com/sydneymgtow. Got a pretty good handle. No one's got it yet anywhere. And please don't take it, guys. Exactly, Mad Taoist. Sydney right here in the box is Human Resources for Men. He helps humans to have the resources to be the best that they can be, right? Give them the tools to have the best outcomes that they can possibly hope for. And I hope that this has helped you men this morning. And I really appreciate you all. And I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing you again this afternoon. I got more red pills, I got more goodies, and I got more stories for you. Alright, man. I'm gonna bounce on my breakfast. Yeah, it's a tiny breakfast, but it's a delicious breakfast. And I'll see you tomorrow. Or tonight. I'm gonna keep you guessing. Peace.